Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll look into some basic information related to this practice. Because understanding the basic is very necessary. And always you have to remember when you practice, especially the meditation, always you have to settle down with the basic. Go back to basic. From there, you start the practice again and again. And it is not just you keep going forward and without knowingly how you start, from where you start. Another thing is, having a very clear understanding regarding your practice is very necessary. And sometimes people say, oh, I practice meditation. So what kind of meditation? I don't know. I just close my eyes and I become more relaxed. So when it comes to that, we have to understand the meditation is not a method just maintaining your comfortable mind. Meditation is a method to develop your mind, transform your mind to a higher level, develop your mind to a profitable way. So when it comes to that, you can't just do it by using the thoughts that you have in you. Because that if you use the same thoughts that you carry in your mind, you're going to be the same person. There's no difference. So, but the mind has more capacity beyond your thoughts. So then what you need to do in a certain level, rather than go with thoughts, you have to settle down with the mind. So how you can settle down with the mind? You develop the awareness. You develop the recognition. So when you be with the recognition, when you be with the awareness, you no need thoughts. So that's how you separate from thoughts. And that's how you connect it to the mind. So for us, in day-to-day life, we always go with the thoughts. Because of that, our misunderstanding, and the life itself become a struggle, and we always depend on the dualistic mind, and we always try to go with the collective nature, and collect the wisdom, collect the ideas, collect the thoughts, because we depend on the thoughts. But when it comes to mind, rather than going towards outside, you go deeper inside and settle down with the awareness. So when it comes to life, there are 3 layers. One layer is that this outside layer that we experience, it is there, the material layer. And the other one is the physical layer that we go through ourselves as a life, as a body, as a I am, as with these all identities. And another layer is the consciousness. When it comes to awareness, that awareness doesn't care your identity, that awareness doesn't care the condition of the environment, and it just go with the recognition. So what happens, we always have the intention to maintain and keep and find the connection towards these 3 layers: consciousness, mind, and the body, and the outside world, the material world. We always look for the connection. But the thing is, underneath this all, the very nature of this all layers disconnection. Your material world always disconnect, and your physical world always disconnect. Your mental world, your consciousness always disconnect from things. That's the very nature of it. But we have desire to keep the connection. Now see, the underneath the current is disconnecting, and we have effort, we put the effort, we struggling to keep connecting. So that make the struggle. That make our life as a struggle and move forward, and another way we call it kind of like a living. So that's how the life becomes a struggle to us, and it is never end. We always look for connections. Just look yourself, what you look for. Connected to something, connected to somebody. Where are it going to end? And what happened to that all from the birth to today, that you connected to things. You connected to your mother. That's the first connection that you got. You connected to your father. And you connected to your family and environment. So look what happened to that, the connection that you got, what happened. And now you are here in this outside world, always try to grasping and holding and look for connection, look for something. So, but what happened, that all the connections that you had in the past, this all disconnected. And as a mother and the child, that connection. So whatever that you had, today it is not like that. What happened? It disconnected. From your father, it's disconnected. And from your brothers, sisters, family, you are already disconnected. And now you look for new connections. So even you get it, you will going to get it. You get it, but the thing is, after you reach to that level, you will disconnect it. Because that is the very nature. We can't get out of it. The outside world the same, then the physical world the same, and the mental world the same. So for the moment when we get into these things and we think it as a reality, we look, whatever we see, whatever we experience, we think it as a reality. So if this is the ultimate reality, there is nothing else. What then we need anymore? Because now you see, you experience the reality, so then what you need anymore? You don't need anything. But we know it doesn't work like that. That what we experience is not enough for us to settle down, and we know ourselves, our own life also, not going to be safe or not going to be complete like this. So then how that gap and how that understanding come to us? And where that gap? Because we see these things and this is not the reality, and we look for something else. How you can get that? What is that? What we missing? So that is what we call the awareness. Because that when we are more busy with the thoughts, that our awareness will disappear. But yourself, once you understand that your awareness is more important, you're going to be with that awareness rather than disappear from it. So when you become aware, there is one thing going to happen. That is what you go through any situation without any attachment or the detachment. You go through that any situation, and you're not going to grasping it, or you're not going to resist anything. So that understanding, once you have that, it will bring the freedom for yourself to not to have any kind of struggle to keep the maintain or hold the worldly nature. And it kind of like it's like this. We are kind of like horses. We are like horse, but we don't know how to run. You know, just imagine the horse is so powerful, so you look young, beautiful, but if the horse doesn't know how to pick up the speed, you know, that the horse does, you know, it look good, but it doesn't work. But whoever the horse that know how to pick up the speed, going to win the race end of the day. So like that in your life, you have to understand, when it comes to you, it is not the outside layer that we experience as life. How much you get connected to your awareness, your recognition deeper inside you will decide that what is your life. So then always look yourself rather than go with the outside things. Always keep connect towards the inside. So once you have it, once you have that inside the connection, and it's going to be there with you. No one can take it. It's not going to disappear. And whatever the outside that the situations happen, that you will hold it to that inside. So otherwise, when you don't have that, what happened? This all what we experience, it's kind of like we putting a space shoot. You know, when a person, just an ordinary person, once you put it to the space shoot, You feel somebody else, you become someone else. It's a different environment inside you, in that suit. You anymore not going to, keep this, the connection to this normal world, and your breathing system, bring out of a machine, your sensation going to become so, secure from another layer, and you feel some. So our life is like that. When you in thoughts, you are in a kind of like a space suit. When you in dream, when you in your hopes, when you in your projection, when you in your desires, you are in a kind of like a space suit. But when it comes to your awareness, that deeper in you, within your own inner experience, the moment by moment, that what you go through when you recognize yourself, without judging or without resisting, without labeling, without grasping, without holding, and then that will bring some kind of understanding to yourself. That understanding will take you to deeper reality. What is that? Change. Disconnection. Separation. So that is the true nature of everything. So once you master that, any separation, any disconnection, any disappearance, any detachment, not going to shake you. So develop that, because end of the day, that's going to become the reality, not the connections. Even you find the soulmate, what will happen end of the life? It's going to separate. See? Even you find the half of you are the soul, by the time it's going to separate. If there is something like that. So then in day-to-day life, get out of this. Always look for connection. Learn to go through situations rather than keep connecting. So that is where your awareness is going to become more and more and more sharper and clear and stronger. So the meditation is a method. You come to the moment of awareness and settle down there rather than caught up with your thoughts. So it's kind of like, when the water, just imagine, you have the water in your hand, you shake off, release, let go that, drop it. So animals, the dogs, cats, when they have the water, they shake their body and then all the water disappears. So the meditation is a kind of like you shake off, take out all these thoughts, that pattern that you develop all day. Otherwise, your minds, go crazy, keep talking to yourself. And sometimes for some people, they can't handle it. It's so crazy, it's so heavy, it's so loud. This mind keep talking to us. But there's nothing. So that's why the meditation is a method, shake off that take out that all the thoughts and settle down with the moment of experience without claiming even that experience as you. So when it comes to that, you become very independent, and at the same time, you become very humble, and you become very mindful. Because you know that moment of experience happen as a result of many reasons, cause and effect, and even you can't claim this anything as you. So that is why you become more sharp with the moment of experience. So the meditation is a method, develop it little by little, little by little. And once you tune to that, the inner nature, that's mean moment by separation, separation, separation from each and every experience, you understand underneath what is the dharma hold by this and what is the reality. So just by words that we can say this, underneath this whole connection, there is a separation, but we're not going to understand. No one going to listen to it. You need to come to your moment, your own experience. Why you allow your life to go through hard time, very sad, difficult time? Why you allow yourself to go through the hell to understand that? Because in this very moment, you are capable to observe yourself and recognize. So bring that ability to yourself. The one of the nature of the wisdom is you recognize that things before it happened to you. So then you bring the wisdom to yourself before it going to take you there. So that you have that ability. So then remember, in this very moment, and we exist here, we experience this life because of underneath this skin, that deeper separation, breakdown. You know that how these muscles come like this, because the protein break down, the muscles break down. You know, all our food we intake, everything need to break down. You know, each and every organ, you know, break down moment by moment. That breakdown bring the life, not the concrete, permanent nature of existence. If it is going to become like that, we're not going to experience this life that way. So then, breath by breath, we observe that separation. And once you are capable to see it, that separation, then in the outside world, you start with your insight, with your mind, and with your body, and with your outside world. That all these three layers that have the same rhythm of the breaking down. And once you understand, it brings a connection. That connection means that deeply you understanding this each and every layer, how it happened. So that understanding allow you to become free from this all. That means that your inner experience, your physical world, and at the same time the material world. So then remember, the connection doesn't mean you hold it to things, you dream to things, you grasp into things, you go with things, and you develop you accumulate things. No, you separate from everything. Bring the ultimate connection. So, because mostly when in a very conventional life, when we think connection means, oh, we go and be with something, hold it to something. But here, that the connections mean without holding, without grasping, we recognize the each and everything independently and releasing and let things to be as it is. That is the ultimate power of the connection. If you are capable to let things to be, that everything as it is, without interference to yourself, socially, physically, mentally, and you are capable to connect to everything. But ourselves, we think, oh, I want to get connect and hold, and then what will happen? And that will separate us from all the the understanding. We become very limited to something, whatever in front of us. That is the very nature of samsara. Make you very limited to something. Because when we become very limited to something, we feel so good. We attach to that feelings. We try to repeat that feelings. So that's why the meditation take you to the beyond that limits. And meditation will develop the method to recognize deeper inside you how this breakdown happened. And it will take you out of the form, develop this form and the name with this experience. And you become formless. And your mind can come to a level to experience things without thoughts. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu Bless you.